Good morning, guys. What's going on out there? Umberto, Dwayne, what's going on, guys? Good morning, good morning. So, little gap up today, huh? Got Tesla gapped up in front of that 945 resistance. Nice little push here on the SPY. Looking like it might be a little bit of an interesting day today. Or maybe just some high volume rejections of the resistance levels, which would be normally what we would expect, but you just never know anymore. So we'll see what happens today. Little green trade yesterday on, what was that stock? God, I don't remember. Let me bring up my alerts real quick. Let me see here. What was it that we traded yesterday? Oh, I remember. SOPA. Yeah. Long SOPA 531, 571 profit, 567 profit, stopped out the rest 527. Little trade, nothing huge. We'll bring it up here on the screen and go take a look at it. Let me grab the screens here. Here we go. And let's jump into that. Man, it's so dark out here today, and I know why. It's just really dark out there. Oh, and I know why I'm lagging a little bit too, because my computer's still mining. Still mining crypto. Abusing a little bit there on the computer. SOPA with a nasty little gap down here today. I think that rhymed. So yesterday on SOPA, I was waiting here for a little bit deeper pullback that never came. So I missed out on this move here, but we did catch that move, at least a little move. We caught that move. Sorry guys, just taking a quick peek there at the ring camera. Had a little alert. Yeah, SOPA, SOPA. I just saw your message there, Umberto. So we caught that little move here, little quick pullback into that 9 AMA. Into that 9 AMA 23.6 Fibonacci level. We caught that, and we sold into this. We sold into that move right there, and then stopped out the rest right here. Was it there? No. Where did I stop out? 527, yeah. Right in here. Sold the rest right in there when we came back on down underneath the 9 AMA and that 23.6 fib. Stopped out the rest. So it was literally enter there, take profit, stop out. Just a small little trade. Was hoping that SOPA would continue there, and give us that continuation, but didn't come. It would have been nice. It was a really nice clean trader in the early morning, but yeah, that was it. Not much else on the day, to be honest. Then it just gave up later in the day, and now today it got wrecked. Today it got wrecked. All right, guys, so give me a minute here. Start getting your tickers ready that you want me to take a look at and bring up on the charts. And let me put out a quick tweet and a quick Facebook post to let everybody know we're live. All right. All right, so we got that taken care of. Now let's go ahead and jump in here. Morning investments broker and consulting. Piton. And Umberto said big. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at these guys. You're gonna have a big short. That's some possible 38.70s resistance there, $39 resistance. Might have a little bounce area here at 35. So if you get a bounce here off of 35, back into 38, 39, shows resistance. Could be a potential little short there. I don't know when they report earnings. You could have room down here towards about 32. Same numbers apply on the weekly. Look at the lines. I didn't change them. I left them right where they were. That's funny. 35 support, 32 support, 38 past resistance, previous support. Now all those levels still apply. Exactly to the penny. All right, so let's see here. Jackie, good morning. So Peloton, the other one. All right, let's go. Peloton Peloton had a crazy day yesterday, guys. Peloton had a crazy monster day yesterday. Look at that move, man. That's a huge move. I mean, today you'd really ideally want to see it hold that 50-day moving average. If it pulls back, you want to see it hold that level. The thing with this whole move is all on rumors of buyouts. That's all it is. And why? Because in the 20s, in these low 20s to even the mid 20s, it was an attractive buyout candidate. At 35, 40 bucks, it's not an attractive buyout candidate. So it's almost like everybody's like, oh, no, you got to pile in on this thing. It's going to get bought out. And they essentially piled on in so much that they've taken the buyout thing off the table. Nobody's going to buy this out at freaking 40 bucks. It's not happening. So everything is the coolest jets. And I think eventually it comes back down to the low 20s or the mid 20s. Honestly, I'll probably look for puts at some point here under the 50-day moving average, more than likely. 34. See if I can ride this down here to 28. So that'll be something I'll be looking at. DWAC. DWAC did really well in that it held that 77.50. That 77.50. We talked about this level. I mean, I know you've been here, Paul, for a while, morning. So you've seen these same lines drawn now for weeks, and we haven't moved them. We haven't changed them. And look at that. That's crazy. 77.50 held perfectly. And these are the support and resistance lines that we're always drawing. And I actually put a video out yesterday on exactly that. Let me get you the link. So here you go. Support and resistance, how to. Hold on, guys. I gotta see this real quick because it might be funny. Oh, okay, it's not funny. It's actually pretty sad. Okay, let me show you something here real quick, guys. Let me show you a comment that I just saw. On one of my videos here. Wait, why is it not showing up? Oh, because he left it on somebody else's comment. Okay. Give me 1 second here. So here is a video I did on AMC like a week ago. This guy's like, bro, I'm so glad I sold at 50. That was awesome. You know, he made some money. And look at this guy. I'm so sorry I bought big at 55. Wish I hadn't purchased stock to start. Now I'm just waiting for it to go back up to sell it off once I get my money back. Be pointless to sell now so low. What happens to the historic squeeze everyone talked about? This is exactly why you always want to trade with a plan. DWAC is another good example of that, right? We talked about that breakup over 91 to sell some because you never know. Luckily, so far, it's held really well, this 77 zone, and it's bouncing back into the face of those 90s. So we'll see if it can get back up over that. But yeah, this is why exactly you have to always, always, always trade with plans. You can't just hold and hope. You can't exactly. It doesn't matter, you know, what the stock did a year ago. What matters is what it's doing now. And does this look like the type of stock that's right now on a trend back up here? No, no. If you bought at 50 and you were holding in this consolidation, where's this consolidation at? 40s. So if you, my God, if you bought up here at 55 somewhere and you're holding for this consolidation, that's, you know, perfectly fine. There's a setup there. We're consolidating. But the moment that consolidation broke down, that's it. That was the stop out zone. It was time to let go. It was time to let go, right? My God, to imagine. You should have let go of this thing at a minimum here. And that's a hefty loss already. But that's where the consolidation broke down. See? That's where the consolidation broke down. But then, you know, you build out, you put out those videos and you get called all sorts of names. That's why I rarely ever do them. Not so much because of the names, it's just because they're effective at getting views, but it's not effective at these people learning anything from it. So, whatever. All right, so we did DWAC, CVS. Umberto is talking about CVS for a short. What's your short idea here, Umberto? I don't know if he's still here. Yep, you got it, Paul. Okay, you guys, if you have any other tickers or any other questions you want to throw up, go ahead and put them up in chat now. And, you know, we'll start going over them. And then around maybe 8:30, like we usually do, we start ending that Q&A session and we start moving into making the watch list for the day. Oh, okay. So are you talking about like a day trade, Umberto? Like a day trade using yesterday's low as a resistance point? Yeah, good idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Use yesterday's low as a resistance point, bounce, weak volume, bounce back into it, boom. Yep. Big Dane, what's up? Let me move the chat real quick. Sorry, guys. God, coughing so much this morning. Yeah, there we go. So I can see it because the microphone is like right in the face of my screen here, of my other screen. And I can't really see the chat that well. Big Dane says I can always post it on my social media about Peloton. What? What exactly? I'm not sure. We've talked about so many things already. I don't even know where we're at this point. AMC, Peloton, BIG, now CVS. All right, guys. If you have any other tickers, throw them up in chat there. We'll go ahead and bring them up on the screen and go over them together. Oh, gotcha. Fed's Bolstick says more than 3 hikes possible this year, but need to see how the economy responds. That's breaking news. Came out about 4 minutes ago. I think the market already kind of knew that was a possibility. That we might have that going on. All right, so you want to check out Cindy? What's up? You want to check out FSL? Let's do it. So FSL doesn't really trade much volume at all. I mean, look at pre-market today, but it is grinding its way higher here. Had a little bit of resistance up here. It's broken above it. Not bad. Yeah, it's not looking bad there. You're gonna have, you know, bottom resistance down here. I mean, sorry, support in the 350s. You can see back here all this previous resistance, tremendous resistance there. I mean, that was really the level to be watching, and that's where we've bounced off of quite nicely. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Jonal, site administrator over at the daytraderchatroom.com, sent me a message. I am live. You need to wake up earlier. Oh my God. Oi. Oh, text message bonanza this morning, guys. All right, so FSL. Now you have this little resistance level here that we're breaking above. Right there. Look at this. There's been resistance here for a minute now, including yesterday. And now we're up and over that. We're up and over that just barely. Just barely by a few pennies. Later, Umberto. Drive safe, my man. So just barely up over that level. What you'd ideally want to see is maybe today, you know, since we're already there, get that nice little break. Get that nice little break over it. Oh, ideally, with, you know, the perfect scenario, come back in here, test it, and get a nice bounce into that, what, 50-day moving average level. So that's not a terrible daily chart right now, but you have to understand also this stock has been 1, 2, 3, 4 green days in a row, and now today it's in the face of that resistance level. It's anyone's guess what it might do now at that point. You know, one would have been better off just gapping up here today, maybe then taking a red day, coming back in here, holding it, and then, you know, something like that. Something like that. So that's what I would think of on FSL. That's about it, honestly. There's really not much else to it. That 50-day moving average will probably hold up resistance, and if you get up over that, your next level of resistance is going to be right there. Right in front of 6, 580s, 590s. That'll be your next level. You can see here clearly. Resistance, obviously you saw that. Bang. Support in the past, right? Look at this. Support. Look how important that $5.80 to $6 level is going to be. Look at this. Look at that. I can keep, it's like keep going, keep going, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. So what is it that we know? If a level has been a support zone for a severely extended period of time, like you see there, and we break underneath it, more often than not, especially that very first test of it on a bounce back, tends to be resistance. Not always, of course not. Not always, but it tends to be resistance, right? So you want to make sure that you watch out for that. This is why I did this video yesterday and I posted it, the support and resistance video. So I suggest you guys click it, put the tab to the side, right? And watch it later on after we're done with the live stream, because it's a really, really good. That video is getting very small amounts of views. I think it's the thumbnail. I'm going to change it. But the audience retention on it, meaning how much people are sitting there and watching the entire video or the bulk of it, is probably one of my highest ones right now at this point. Definitely one of my highest ones. So people are really absorbing that information. They're actually liking it a lot, and they're sitting through almost the whole video, which when it comes to YouTube, that's a big deal. So I'm just going to change the thumbnail because I think the thumbnail is what's not attracting the clicks. You would think just reading support and resistance would be enough, but no, not in the world of apes and AMCs. All right, so we did FSL. Tesla SPY we're definitely going to get to. Those are always go-tos. DCFC, I think we looked at that one yesterday, but we'll take a look at it again. BKKT we'll take a look at. Alejo, what's going on? What's up, what's up, what's up? So DCFC, huh? Yeah, this thing was going crazy yesterday. But look at this. It was practically untradeable. If you're a pullback trader like I am, for long setups, this was practically untradeable yesterday. It really was. No support level ever held. It always cracked, and then it randomly, bang, came right back up. Then it cracked again, bang, randomly came back up. Volume was extremely hard to come by. This was not an easy stock to have traded yesterday in the least bit. In the least bit. And now today, you're basically opening up right in front of the pivot level. This pivot level right here at 1130s. That's the key to watch on that stock today. And I actually put it on the watch list because it has so much hype behind it. So DCFC, watching for the 1130 area to break and become support for a move back towards 12. And at that point, I would expect a breakout and push towards 13. Let me see something here real quick. Yep. So 1130. 11 to 1130 is the area to watch on this stock. 11 because you could see here, initial IPO high. And then yesterday, 1130s was that resistance. So that's what you'll want to see today be in play. That rhymed and it was not intentional. So that's what you'll want to see. Okay, so BKKT next. Let's go ahead and jump in on that one. Give me 1 second here. All right. Okay, so what's next? BKKT. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one. Pop says break 630 could go right to 10. Well, I wouldn't say right to 10 because you have that 50-day moving average is going to have to contend with here. 10 is way off from that level still. You have room through 630. You do have room, but you're going to have to contend first with $8. 50-day moving average and a previous level of support that could now, in fact, become resistance. Yeah, that's an important level. Look at it coming into play back here again. So that would be the level to watch on BKKT right now. Can it go to 10? Hell, it can go to 20. But first stop, you know, the train's going to first stop at $6, at $8, sorry. 8 to 8.12, that's going to be the first stop. Doesn't mean that stop's going to just stuff it and send it back down. No, it might. And if there's not a credible like press release here, you know, some sort of credible catalyst, it might very well. But that's definitely the first stop. You know, if the buying volume steps in there and really starts to send it, then yeah, after 8, you have basically clear room to the mid 9s to $10. So that's a good one. You want to look at V. V bouncing off of that 200-day moving average. That 200-day moving average coincides with its previous high right here, and it has been holding support for some time. So that is a good little level there. Would have room if it can continue to push back up here to the highs of 236. So it's got a little room there. AXP. Wow, AXP is just straight up right now. It needs a pullback for sure. I'd watch for these 189s to get tested. You can see here previously, what is this, all-time highs? Yep. Previous all-time high, look at it right here. It was a level of resistance. And then we popped right above it. So you'd want to see a pullback into that level and hold on AXP. It's going to need volume as well. MA. You know, MA would be, right now it's holding this little pivot area right here, which is really nice and clean, to be honest. But a 200-day moving average test would actually be a lot cleaner. That red line right there says 200-day moving average. Look at that red line. It matches up perfectly. That 200-day moving average price point matches up perfectly with this previous support zone on the daily chart. Very nicely. So a pullback into that zone wouldn't be bad to look for. Joe, what's up? Fun? Yeah, fun. I think Fun's the one that likes to move with DWAC. Hey, look at it getting some attention here. Is DWAC popping? Not really. But they were moving a lot, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Together in tandem for a while. Yeah, see, the charts even look similar. Look. Look, see? They look super similar. See? They were moving in tandem for a while. Fun would move in sympathy to DWAC. This one is holding this 330s line that we've drawn here in the past. See if it can make that push towards 4. The king, no, just you always want to look for average volume, you know, for the current volume to be much bigger than the average volume. There's no set, I mean, some people might have a set in stone figure that they like to use. I don't. Crucial speaks, is there any catalyst for any of this? For any of what we've gone over, like, I don't even know how many charts at this point. We're just looking at technicals right now. All right, guys. So let's start getting ready to go over some of the news and the scans and start to put together the watch list. All right. Remember, I stream here because I see some new people here today. Let me tell you what we do usually. We run this until about 9 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock we send out the watch list, or a little bit after 9 actually. We send out the watch list to your inbox so you can have it. And then I jump on over to the Discord and I'm streaming over at the Discord. Mondays we stream for free on the Discord, and I stream all day long, meaning I'm there all morning, live like this on the microphone. And then before lunch, we do recaps and lessons live. And then after lunch, around 2 o'clock, I hop back on the mic in the afternoon, okay? So typically on Mondays, we do it for free as well. But every other day, it's not. It's only for the paid members. But if you like, you can get 30 days for free right here on this link. And in about 2 weeks, maybe 3, we're going to be doing a crash course, a week-long day trading crash course after the trading is over in the morning. Instead of doing the regular recaps and lessons, we're going to just do a whole week day trading crash course live there on the mic. Thank you, Crucial. Appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and start looking in here and see what's going on out there. Okay, so Peloton's new CEO tells staff that he's here for the comeback story. An internal email shows. So there you go. That's a new headline that just came across a little while ago. So guys, they're trying to hype it up. Good morning. Taco Bell parent Yum Brands missed earnings estimates as higher cost weighs on profits. AMD gets upgrade after strong earnings. Analysts see 17% upside from here. Let's see what else we got out here. Just taking a look at some of these headlines, see if there's anything that's very important. A lot of fluff out there right now. Man, fun is pushing. Martin, welcome to the Discord. Glad to have you on there. Saw you just joined. Okay, not a whole lot of news out there right now. Let's take a look here real quick on fun. See if it got a press release today or something, because man, it's really moving around. And it usually moves with DWAC, but it's not. It's disconnected from it today. No press release on it today at all. 2 days ago, it had a press release. Fun soars on packed with Parscale founded consultancy. That's it. Okay, this IFBD was hitting the scans here this morning, and I'm pretty sure it should have some sort of news. Let's go take a quick look. Nope. No news that I see on this. Could be some article out there, but actual news from the company press release, none that I see right here, right now. Very low volume, CINT here, no. AVRO, look at this just selling off as we get closer to the open, man. I hate when they do that. You know, they just do the whole move in pre-market. AVRO, 2 hours ago, reports interim data from phase half clinical trial of investigational gene therapy. So that's what that was about. But it's not getting the hype. It's not getting the volume right now for some reason. But a key level to watch on this one's going to be $2. That's the level to watch on this one. You can see here previous highs right there. Previous support right there. That's it. We can definitely put it on the watch list though, because it does have some news. The daily chart doesn't look bad, especially if it can get up and over 2 and hold. So AVRO, we'll write this one up on the watch list here. Reports, interim data for phase half clinical trial watching for $2 area to break and hold as support, could have room towards $225, and over that really has room to 250 to 280s. So really towards 225 to 250. Over that has room towards 280. Will need lots of volume. Pre-market selling off, not looking great. Okay, there we go. We got that one down. Crucial speaks, Peloton's problem is they gouge their customers and have terrible support. I think it's a short. Yeah. I mean, I don't know all about all that other stuff, but I think it's short for another bunch of reasons that we actually went over earlier in the stream. Let me, you know what? We're going to put it on the watch list. So let me just let you know. We'll go over it again here together. So on Peloton, the reason for this move has been buyout rumors, right? Let me write this down. So the reason for the move has been buyout rumors. In essence, these rumors started, and we started talking about this about, I don't know, back here somewhere on the 24th, I think, that this was actually starting to look like a good buyout candidate because it was so cheap that any huge company, Amazon, Apple, can come right on in. And I even said, like 2 or 3 days ago that I thought Apple was the right suitor for this, because Apple is really starting to is trying to get into that subscription service thing for that nice subscription revenue that company needs, and is trying to grow. I thought to myself, if I were them, I'd be interested in this, and it was a good buyout candidate in the low to maybe the mid 20s. So everybody thought the same, of course. So people bought into it saying buyout. But then they pushed it up so high that now they've taken that buyout attractiveness off the table. It's no longer on the table. Apple and Amazon is not looking at Peloton right now at $36, $38, $40 and being like, this looks like a great buyout opportunity. That's not happening anymore. So I think once this whole nuance of like, oh, the buyout fades away, we'll get that. And then I'm going to use that 50-day moving average as a resistance point to see if we can get something like this and then get that. That's what I'm going to be looking for on Peloton. And I'll be looking for puts on it for that. So that's a whole lot to write. So I'm not even going to write it on the watch list right now. I'll write it later. Well, actually, you know what? Peloton, watching for when the 50-day cracks and becomes resistance on the daily for put option play. There we go. Okay, so we have DCFC, AVRO, Peloton already on watch. We'll get to Tesla. We'll get to the SPY. COCO. It's primed to go to 20. It's got a lot to contend with at 13 before it ever dreams of 20. You guys got to remember, you can't, every stock isn't going to move 100%. You know what I'm saying? Stocks are not just going to go, bah, 100% move. That's not how it works. I wish it were. But that's not how it works. You have to look for that very first line of defense that's in front of it that wants to stop it from making the move. And this stock, for example, COCO right now, 13 is going to be a tough level. Just because it's a tough level does not mean it's going to hold it down or make it crash or anything like that. It's just that you have to be mindful of precisely that level, because it can hold it down tremendously. See, its previous support zone, and it was, what did we learn in that video I just did yesterday? previous support that has lasted a long time can tend to be, if when we're underneath it, previous new resistance that could last a very long time. You also have to think about it this way. What's more than likely to happen here? This stock just went from $9 to $13. Basically in a straight up move. What's more than likely to happen here? For this stock to continue doing this, or for it to be like, oh, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna take a little break, guys. I'll be back later. You know, let me go chill some. I'm kind of tired. Before resetting, right? And making something like that. Right? That's more plausible than just straight up move. And you have to contend with 13. And after you're done with 13, it's not over. Then you're going to have 14. Then over that level, you're going to have mid 15s. Then over that level, you're going to have 1650s. Then at that point, yeah, you could probably go visit the 18s. Then at that level, you'll probably see that. Yeah, previous support after the IPO, exactly. Previous support becomes new resistance. For the most part, not 100%, but old support becomes new resistance. Go look at the video I made yesterday. You'll see what I'm talking about. GFS. Man, what a move this thing made, man. Look at that. That's such a nice move right there. Double bottom down here, bang. You're at that 50-day moving average. That 50-day moving average could hold it up tremendously. At least for a little period of time here. If you can get up and over and hold that level of support, you got room to 63, 64 at least. Okay, so what time is it? Oof, we gotta get moving, guys. Tesla. Tesla, look, this is a perfect example, guys. Remember, we've talked about this Tesla 945 for days and days and days on end now. Tesla 945, support, support, cracked under it, turned resistance. Another little level of support here one day. And then what? Resistance, 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 resistance. We can't get over it. Look at that. It's just been stuck there. Stuck there at 945. Cannot get over it. Will it? Yeah, of course. Eventually, at some point, it'll get over it. Is it today? Maybe. It's going to need some strong volume. It's going to need to test that level. Make sure that it's new support again. And then maybe you got to push back up here towards that 100-day moving average of 978, 980 on Tesla. Otherwise, if 945 holds today, then I say we go right back down to the 880s. Exactly what we've been doing. Exactly what's been on the watch list all week long at this point. I'm not even going to write it down. I'm just going to go to the watch list over here. Here's the watch list over at the daytraderchatroom.com. And I'm going to just highlight it. Because that's exactly what's been going on here for days. And then I'm just going to paste it. All right, so we got that for Tesla. We already know where we're watching. It's still the same channel play. The SPY. The SPY now different. It's getting a little saucy here. It broke up over these 453s and it's tapped that 100-day moving average. That 100-day moving average should hold it up as resistance for now. If not, that 50-day should most certainly hold it up as resistance. I'm very surprised to see the SPY up here today. Next week on Wednesday, we have the Fed minutes coming out, and that could prove to be a very important determining factor for the SPY on the week and for the rest of the month, really. Because if the Fed minutes come out and the Fed's going to be aggressive with their monetary policy, we see some jargon in there that says something where, you know, they're going to accelerate their interest rate hikes or their balance runoff, etc., then you're probably going to see the SPY dump back down to that 200-day moving average and probably break it at that point. Unless the Fed comes out next week and says something where they're basically like, hey, we're going to postpone, and I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to postpone the interest rate hike until mid-year. Then, yeah, SPY, moon, right? And I don't think that's going to happen. So because I don't think that's going to happen, I think before the summertime, we see the SPY back at 427 at some point in time. You remember, I called this right here suckers rally. It sure was. And then I said the 200-day moving average wasn't going to hold. This is all on YouTube. 200-day moving average is not going to hold. And it didn't. We came all the way back down here. Doesn't mean I'm right all the damn time. Impossible. I wish. But I still think that we're bearish. I think we're bearish. And unless the Fed does some magical stuff with interest rates, which I don't think they're going to do, unless they want inflation, you know, to really skyrocket and then end up paying $20 a gallon of milk, then there's no new all-time high on the SPY this year. Unpopular opinion, because it doesn't get subs into YouTube accounts when you don't say AMC, SPY, go moon. And I'm not a perma bear on anything. I'm a trader and an investor. So I approach these things from a neutral standpoint, just what the chart tells me and what the macroeconomical stance tells me. And it tells me that SPY doesn't make a new all-time high, more than likely, and that we go test those 420s again. Simple as that. Thank you, Crucial. Appreciate it. So yeah, on the SPY, I'm not gonna touch the SPY today. It's in front of too much resistance, unless I look for puts at some point, and that's gonna be a contrarian trade, and I'm not a contrarian trader. I like to trade with the trend. So the trend right now is a nice bounce, but we have the 100-day to contend with and the 50-day. Why won't I mess with it? Because it'll probably be choppy. I haven't touched the SPY in the last 2 days because of how choppy it's been. I don't like to trade in chop, and I don't like to trade channels. Okay, so if this 100-day and this 50-day weren't here, I would definitely look at the SPY for a pullback into 453 for calls and a run back up here to, you know, like 460. But this 100-day moving average kind of gets in the way for me. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, you can look for 453 for support on the SPY, and I'll even put it on the list. SPY watching for 453 to hold support for a potential move back towards, what is this? What's the 100-day moving average at? About 456. 456 area. Break over that could have room towards 460. 460 zone. All right, so that's what we got there on the SPY. Okay, so we have DCFC, AVRO, Tesla, Peloton, SPY on watch. Let's go take a quick look at NVIDIA. I'd expect NVIDIA to find some resistance up here in front of that 100-day moving average. PayPal. I'd expect PayPal to possibly have some resistance at 123, 124, 125 area. So that's about it, guys. Yeah, that looks like it's about it to me, guys. Unless you have another ticker there you want me to take a quick peek at for you. We have about 8 minutes before 9. That's when I hop on over to the Discord. I'll put the final touches on the watch list here, and then I'll send that to Jonal so he can get that sent out to you guys. If you're not on the watch list, like newsletter, and you want to receive the watch list in your inbox, here you go. Just sign up there. Is DCFC making a move right now? Oh, man, what did we talk about, guys? We talked about that 11:30 area to break and then become what? Support. Look at that. We found support just above that level, and look at that move right to what? 13. That's what did the watch list read? Look at the watch. I'm writing the watch list, guys. Right? I'm writing up the watch list here to send the email out to Jonal, who puts it on the dashboard for DTC Pro students and emails it out. Watching for 11, right? 11 to 11:30 area to break and become support for a move back towards 12. At that point, I would expect a breakout and push to 13. That's what I wrote. High of that candle's 13. 1298, excuse me. I think that's close enough. I hate when they make the move in pre-market, man. I really do. I really do. Now at this point, I'd have to watch 13. Now at this point, I'd have to watch 13 to see if 13... Well, no, actually 12-ish. To see if 12 holds support. Oh, well. Yep, it is what it is at this point. But yeah, that was it right there. You see how you got that calm pullback? This is what I do in the Discord all day long, guys. All day, in the morning and then in the afternoon. We talk about these areas. We talk about the setups. I show you exactly what I would be looking for, where my entries would be, where my stop. See, here all day long would have been an entry in here with a stop here. First take profit would have come off at 12. Next take profit would have come off as we pushed towards 13, right? And now I'd hold on to a little piece, not the bulk of my position, a little piece. 10, 20, 30% of the position, of the original position, I'd hold on to here to see if we start to go crazy. And then I'd piece out of that one maybe in just 2 more sells or 1 more sell, and then I'm done, right? That's what I would do. That's how I would trade that. All right. So if, like I said, if you're interested, swing on by the Discord and come hang out with us. Here, I'll give it to you again. First month is on us. Post the link here for you. Come check it out. All right. So we got a few minutes left here. So one last call, like they say. If you have any tickers or any last minute questions, Jesse, how do you trade a bull flag? Whatever. Ask away. And then after that, I'm going to hop on over to the Discord after I put the final touches on the watch list and send it over to Jonal so he can send it out in a mass email to everyone. Remember, I stream Monday through Thursday from 8 to 9. So I'll be back again tomorrow. I usually don't stream on Fridays. I will start streaming on Fridays in the future, but as of right now, I don't stream on Fridays. And then on Mondays, we're at the Discord for free as well. So I'm just going to put some final touches here on the watch list while you guys come up with any questions or tickers you want me to look at. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Little piece of news here. So Dow futures rose nearly 250 points or nearly 0.7% on Wednesday. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ futures pointed even stronger gains at open. One day after, all 3 stocks benchmarks mounted a solid rally. The NASDAQ's second positive session in the past 3 was helping the index move closer to getting out of correction territory. Earnings are once again the story on Wall Street, and the Dow stock Disney is scheduled to come out with quarterly results after the bell Wednesday. Peloton gave up earlier pre-market gains and turned lower after soaring more than 25% as the connected fitness company announced a new CEO and job cuts. The embattled stock was still down roughly 75% from its all-time highs nearly a year ago. Tech stocks, which were slammed by rising bond yields last month, shrugged off Tuesday's 10-year Treasury yield jump to 1.96%, a high back to November 2019. The 10-year Treasury yield ticked lower Wednesday, one day before the government released its January read on consumer inflation, which is expected to show continuing large increases. The Federal Reserve has already signaled a monetary policy pivot to address historically high price rises. The market expects at least 5 interest rate hikes this year, starting in March. When they said they were going to do 3, last year when they said, oh yeah, next year we're going to do 3, what did we talk about? We were like, nah, they're going to do 5 to 6. We called this, but man, we've been over this a million times. There's no sense in beating a dead horse at this point. It's crazy. It's just too funny. Cashro, what's up? Nice to see you here. GNT, I'll look at that one real quick for you. This is definitely a very barcode stock, no volume. Look, it's just a barcode stock. Levels to watch off the daily. You're going to have, look at this previous resistance at 536. And that lines up now with the 200-day moving average. That's going to be a tough zone to get through, extremely tough. It's going to need some sort of catalyst to get it through that level. You might have some support at the 50-day moving average in those 520s. Maybe. Jackie's a DTC Pro member. What's up? For DCFC, if we hold on to the rest of the position after we took some profits around 12, I assume we also moved our stop loss higher, which it moved to 12.25 or so. That is correct. You would be moving your stop loss as you go. I'm pretty sure. I know you just started going through the courses, so you'll eventually get to that portion of the course. But yes, you would definitely move your stop loss up with that, right? So if you got long, what did we talk about? We talked about getting long on this pullback, right? Into the 1130s. So if you got long here and your stop was here, first take profit, right? Second take profit. Is your stop loss still here? Not me. Where would my stop loss be now? Simple. Under 12. In this case, right? Let's say we have market hours. I'd put it probably under VWAP. So that would be my new stop loss. That would be my new stop loss on the remainder of this position. If we go higher and another piece of profit comes off, this stop loss would move as well. You know, and it'll continue to move. And I'll use it like a mental trading stop. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I got to hop on over to the Discord. Jackie, you're a DTC Pro member, so I'll see you over there. Guys, once again, if you want to join, there's a free Discord link that's pinned here at the top. You can come join us for free. You just won't have access to the live stream. I already posted the 30-day free there, so you can get access to the stream if you want. Thank you all for joining up for the day, guys. We only have 27 likes, and we had 36 watchers. This is exactly why I always ask for the likes, because it helps the YouTube algorithm. And if I don't ask, no, it doesn't happen. And that's kind of sucks. That's sad. So put a lot of work in here. So if you can help me out, I would really appreciate it. Hit that like button. It feeds the YouTube algorithm and it lets YouTube know, hey, we like this content. Put it on the suggestion feed for us. Right? Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're alerted when I'm live again tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on over in the Discord. If not, tomorrow in the live stream. All right? Have a good day, guys. Don't hold on to any bags. And remember to trade your trade plan. Peace.